Well, good evening once again. Day 24 of the Biden administration. This was also day 4 of impeachment trial number 2 for Donald Trump. Tomorrow, senators are expected to vote on whether to hold him responsible or acquit him of inciting an insurrection. At this hour, NBC News confirming brand new reporting out tonight about what Trump knew and the actions he failed to take as rioters descended upon and then looted and desecrated our Capitol in his name, while also hunting for the heads of the Speaker of the House and the Vice President. The news concerns a phone call House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy had with Trump as the height of the riot was underway. As first reported tonight by CNN, as McCarthy pleaded for help, Trump is said to have responded, quote, "Well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are." At one point, McCarthy said to Trump, quote, who the F do you think you're talking to? According to a Republican lawmaker familiar with the call. Sources tell NBC News that McCarthy was shaken up during the call and was asking the president for help. The call was described by sources as not cordial and borderline incoherent. Tomorrow, senators are expected to deliver their verdict. It's unclear whether this latest reporting will affect that. What is the chance that the story of the McCarthy phone call, and that goes with us knowing that Trump didn't call Pence for 5 days after the insurrection, but that the story of the McCarthy phone call might be a Republican leak to offer air cover to those Republicans who want to vote to convict?
Well, possible. Yeah, it's also possible that's just reporters doing their jobs. Either thing, or it could be both. You know, one thing that struck me along those lines, Brian, today was that the issue that seemed to get the most interest from Republican senators was whether Trump was aware of the danger to his vice president and what did he do about it. And the McCarthy phone call goes along those lines as well, because even if you believe that that former President Trump had no responsibility for unleashing the mob, certainly everybody thinks he would have some responsibility as commander-in-chief to protect the vice president and members of Congress when he was in a position to do that. And the fact that we now have evidence, we now have stories based on the record sources who are Republicans about the former president's kind of unwillingness, his disregard for the safety of others in our government, I think is pretty serious stuff. I don't know why it got leaked, but I think it's one of those things that could have some impact on tomorrow. Maybe it will peel off a couple more Republican votes.
What must it be like tonight to be Kevin McCarthy? Here's a guy who just flew down to Mar-a-Lago. To do that required putting his self-esteem on a shelf for an afternoon. He has been such a slavish disciple of Donald Trump, but now his name is attached to this. He wants badly to be Speaker of the House if they get the majority in 2 years. Talk about what life must be like for him right about now.
Well, you know, it's pretty clear that most Republican officials, I think, in Washington wish Donald Trump would not continue to be the face and the loudest voice in the GOP. But the problem they have is that most Republican voters aren't there. Most Republican voters continue to be astoundingly loyal to Donald Trump, more loyal than they are in many cases to the party itself. So loyal that a majority of Republican voters continue to say that they do not believe Joe Biden was the legitimately elected president, because former President Trump has not yet said that he believes Joe Biden was legitimately elected. So you do see this, as Peter was saying, this tug between calculating how do you keep the Republican voters you want while getting rid of this guy who is causing you so much grief and shows no signs of going away. Does anyone doubt that Donald Trump will claim an acquittal by the Senate as vindication? He did it the first time around. I would expect him to do it again this time.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.